Shocking revelations. The mysterious alliance of Gwen and Vivian. Gwen Rizik's return is no ordinary homecoming. It's a bombshell that has the residents of days of our lives buzzing with questions. Is Gwen working with the cunning Vivian Alamain, played by the legendary Louise Sorel? And what shocking twist involving Stefan DiMera, brought to life by Brandon Barish, is about to unravel? Buckle up, because Salem is about to get a lot more complicated, and the truth is more twisted than anyone could have imagined. Gwen's departure from Salem in October 2023 was nothing short of dramatic. Picture this: a heartbroken Gwen, betrayed by her husband Dimitri von Luskner DiMera, boarding a private jet to Alemania, her eyes burning with determination. She wasn't just leaving town. She was chasing a fortune, armed with a blank check from Dimitri's account and a heart full of vengeance. Dimitri, you see, had been playing a dangerous game, cozying up to Gwen's former best friend, Leo Stark, Greg Ricart. Even during their honeymoon, the betrayal stung deeply, and Gwen wasn't about to let it slide. She left Salem behind, determined to claim what was rightfully hers: Dimitri's inheritance, a treasure tied to their marriage. But now she's back, and the whispers in Salem suggest she's not alone in her schemes. The Alemania connection, Gwen and Vivian's secret pact? What makes Gwen's return so electrifying is the possibility that she's joined forces with none other than Vivian Alamain, a woman whose name alone sends shivers down the spines of Salem's elite. Vivian, with her sharp wit and ruthless ambition, is no stranger to power plays. Her ties to Alemania run deep. It's her family's territory, after all. And who else was in Alemania during Gwen's absence? Stefan DiMera, Vivian's son, and Gwen's former flame. The plot thickens as we recall Vivian's audacious move to have Stefan kidnapped and whisked away to Alemania to cool his heels. She even forged his signature on divorce papers to end his marriage to Gabby Hernandez Camila Banis, leaving Gabby heartbroken and Stefan's future uncertain. Could Gwen and Vivian have forged a secret alliance in Alemania? The thought is tantalizing. Gwen, now potentially a woman of immense wealth, might have crossed paths with Vivian while chasing Dimitri's fortune. Vivian, ever the master manipulator, could have seen Gwen as the perfect partner in her latest scheme. After all, Vivian has a long-standing grudge against the Kiriakis family, and Gwen has her own reasons to stir up trouble in Salem. The two women, both scorned and ambitious, could be plotting something monumental, something that could shake the very foundations of the sleepy town. A web of revenge and deception. Let's rewind for a moment to understand the stakes. Gwen's marriage to Dimitri was no love story. It was a calculated move to secure his inheritance. When Dimitri's betrayal with Leo came to light, Gwen didn't just walk away. She took a blank check and set her sights on Alemania, where the von Luskner fortune awaited. Meanwhile, Dimitri landed in hot water, arrested for attempting to murder Stefan and Gabby. Gwen's mission was clear: claim what was hers and leave the wreckage of her marriage behind. But here's where things get juicy. Rumors swirling around Salem suggest that Gwen's return isn't just about settling old scores. Insiders hint that she's working with Vivian to target the Kiriakis family, a clan Vivian has despised for years. The bad blood stems from a messy dispute over inheritance. Philip Kiriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, once tried to claim half of Xander Cook's, Paul Telfer, fortune using forged documents crafted by none other than Vivian. When Kate Roberts, Lauren Koslow, Philip's mother, tipped off the police, Vivian's plans crumbled, and Philip refused to follow through with her demand to eliminate Xander. The result? Vivian's fury knows no bounds, and Gwen, with her own axe to grind against Xander, might be the perfect ally to fuel Vivian's vendetta. Gwen's explosive return, diamonds, kisses, and old wounds. Gwen's arrival in Salem is like a match thrown into a powder keg. She wastes no time stirring up trouble, starting with a chance encounter at Horton Town Square. Imagine the scene. Gwen, looking as glamorous as ever, struts into the square and spots her old friend Leo pushing a baby stroller, of all things. The shock on her face is palpable. Leo, ever the charmer, is caught off guard, and the tension between them crackles like static electricity. But that's not all. Gwen is sporting a dazzling piece of jewelry, the Horton family diamonds, a treasure with a storied past. These diamonds, once stolen by Doug Williams, Bill Hayes, sold by Leo, and passed through the hands of Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, now rest in Gwen's possession. She flaunts them in front of Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes. who is understandably furious to see her family's heirloom in the hands of her old nemesis. As if that weren't enough to set tongues wagging, Gwen turns her attention to Xander, her former love. The chemistry between them is undeniable, but it's complicated by Xander's recent split from Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey. In a moment of passion, Gwen plants a fiery kiss on Xander, a move that could reignite old flames or destroy his chances in a looming custody battle for his daughter, Victoria. Xander, torn between his past with Gwen and his commitment to Sarah, knows that getting entangled with Gwen could jeopardize everything. Yet, the pull of their shared history is strong, and Gwen knows exactly how to play on his emotions. A larger conspiracy. The ISA, EJ, and the hospital money, but Gwen's schemes don't stop at personal vendettas. There's a bigger game afoot, one that involves EJ DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, and a mysterious influx of cash. Word on the street is that Gwen is working with EJ, possibly to undermine the Kiriakis family or to protect a shady financial deal. The plot thickens when we learn that the International Security Agency, ISA, led by Shane Donovan, is sniffing around EJ's recent purchase of University Hospital. Shane suspects the money used for the acquisition is dirty, and he's enlisted Kat Green, Annalyn McCord, and Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, to dig deeper. Here's where it gets wild. Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, EJ's brother, might be onto Kat's ISA connection. Chad, who's always steered clear of the DiMera family's shadier dealings, could be the key to unraveling EJ's plans. And Gwen? She might be the linchpin, protecting the Alamein family's investment in EJ's hospital deal while deflecting the ISA's investigation. The stakes are sky high, and the web of deceit is growing more tangled by the day. The umbrella plot. A summer of secrets. As summer unfolds in Salem, the town is bracing for what insiders call an umbrella plot, a sprawling conspiracy that ties together Gwen, Vivian, EJ, and a host of other players. Could Gwen be the mastermind orchestrating a plan to destabilize her enemies while securing her own future? Or is she a pawn in Vivian's grander scheme? And what about Stefan, whose unexpected return could flip the script entirely? There are whispers of Stefano DiMera's influence lingering in the shadows, his legacy fueling the chaos. For the residents of Salem, life is never simple. Gwen's return has reignited old rivalries, reopened old wounds, and set the stage for a summer of shocking revelations. Whether she's working with Vivian to take down the Kiriakis family, conspiring with EJ to outsmart the ISA, or chasing her own agenda, one thing is clear: Gwen Rizek is back, and she's playing for keeps. As the drama unfolds, one question looms large: what do Gwen and Vivian really want, and how far will they go to get it? Stay tuned, because in Salem, the truth is always more shocking than fiction. Days of Our Lives, July 10, 2025. Gwen's return triggers explosive fallout, Johnny faces charges, and the end of Zara looms. Salem never sleeps, and the July 10, 2025 episode of Days of Our Lives proves that once again, as secrets unravel, loyalties are tested, and familiar faces stir up old wounds. With criminal trials, family rivalries, surprise returns, and relationship-ending confrontations, this episode marks a turning point for several major characters and possibly the end of a beloved couple. Buckle up, because this isn't just another day in Salem. It's a powder keg ready to explode. Gwen's return sends shockwaves through Salem. Gwen Rizek, played by Emily O'Brien, has never been known for keeping a low profile. Her sudden and unannounced return to Salem has already begun stirring trouble, and her presence threatens to reopen old wounds, especially when she's spotted wearing Julie Williams' necklace. This iconic heirloom, belonging to Julie, Susan Seaforth Hayes, ends up in Gwen's possession, sparking immediate suspicion and concern. J.J. Devereaux, Casey Moss, always fiercely protective of his family, is quickly on the case. As Julie's grandson, he won't let this go without a fight. His search for the truth will likely lead him straight into Gwen's path, setting the stage for a confrontation that could reveal more than just the origins of the necklace. But for Gwen, that may be the least of her problems. What else is Gwen hiding? Has she returned for redemption, revenge, or something in between? Her history is checkered with betrayal, manipulation, and heartbreak, and her reappearance brings all those unresolved issues back to the surface. The final chapter for Zara? Meanwhile, Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, confronts his own ghosts when he crosses paths with Gwen. Their brief but dramatic history left a mark on both of them, and on Xander's current partner, Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey. But now, with Gwen back and old feelings or unresolved tensions bubbling beneath the surface, the encounter could prove too painful for everyone involved. What begins as a simple visit spirals quickly. Could the surprise reunion drive a final wedge between Xander and Sarah? The couple has faced more than their fair share of obstacles, from memory loss and fake pregnancies to custody battles and career conflicts. But this emotional face-off with Gwen might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. For fans of Zara, this could mark the end of the line. Whether it's a breakup or just a long, painful pause, things are not looking good for the troubled couple. Johnny DiMera. Accused and cornered elsewhere in Salem, Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, is fighting for his future. Facing serious criminal charges stemming from a recent shooting incident, Johnny's situation grows more desperate by the day. His fiancée, Chanel Dupree Ravenbowens, remains unwavering in her support. Despite mounting evidence and whispers of doubt around town, she stands by her man, certain that Johnny is innocent. E.J. DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, Johnny's father and perhaps the most cunning DiMera of them all, is doing what he does best, playing chess while everyone else plays checkers. He's already spinning the narrative, trying to shift suspicion away from Johnny and pin it on none other than his own sister, Kristen DiMera, Stacey Hayduke. It's a dangerous strategy, especially considering Kristen's own history and volatile nature. But here's the kicker, we already know Kristen is headed to prison later this summer. So is EJ setting her up as the perfect fall girl? Or does he have a deeper game in play? Tony DiMera, Theo Penglis, certainly thinks something's up, and he confronts EJ with his own warning about both Johnny's future and the family business. Power struggles at DiMera Enterprises. Behind the scenes, the battle for control of DiMera Enterprises is heating up. With Johnny's legal future uncertain, Tony urges EJ to consider stepping back and letting someone else take the reins. EJ, of course, believes Johnny should eventually lead the company, but that's assuming he can walk free from his trial. If Johnny ends up incarcerated or scandalized beyond repair, the family legacy could slip right through their fingers. Tony isn't about to let that happen without a fight. Old rivalries and hidden agendas surface once again as the DiMera brothers debate the future of their empire. Meanwhile, there's talk of Johnny potentially being pulled out of Titan as well, leaving another vacancy and more corporate chaos in his wake. The Titan War erupts, Xander versus Philip. Speaking of Titan, tensions are bubbling there too. Xander Cook's issues with Philip Kiriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier, come to a head in a heated confrontation. The once friendly rivalry has turned hostile, and it's clearly about more than just company strategy. The power vacuum at Titan, left by Victor's death and Justin's recent departure, has created a perfect storm. With Johnny potentially exiting and Xander and Philip at each other's throats, Titan's future hangs in the balance. This isn't just a corporate feud. It's personal, and it's getting ugly. Mystery, espionage, and a memory stick that could ruin lives. Meanwhile, Belle Black, Martha Madison, and Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, find themselves at the center of a high-stakes mystery when a mysterious memory stick arrives on Belle's desk. What's on it shocks both women and raises terrifying questions. The last known person to have the stick? E.J. DiMera. So is he planting evidence? Or is someone trying to frame him? Or Belle? With the FBI and the ICE involved and Rafe Hernandez Galen Gehring acting as the liaison, this could spiral into a federal investigation that touches every major player in Salem. Kat, the ICE operative tasked with uncovering the truth about EJ's shady hospital funding, may hold the key. But with so many powerful people involved, her job is becoming more dangerous by the minute. Final thoughts. A city on the brink. July 10, 2025 is more than just another Thursday in Salem. It's a day of reckoning. Relationships teeter on the edge, corporate empires are up for grabs, and secrets threaten to ruin lives. With Gwen stirring up trouble, Xander and Sarah possibly saying goodbye, and Johnny staring down a prison sentence, Salem is bracing for impact. Fans should prepare for heartbreak, twists, and the kind of emotionally charged drama that only days of our lives can deliver. And as always, in Salem, the truth is never simple, and no one is ever safe.